I really wish that I could agree with you, comrade. I really do. Let's take a look at where Lenin talks about what a revolutionary situation looks like and see if that's what we see in the United States. Y'all can check this out on Marxist.org for free. This is Lenin, The Collapse of the Second International. He says, to the Marxists, it is indisputable that a revolution is impossible without a revolutionary situation. Furthermore, it is not every revolutionary situation that leads to revolution. What, generally speaking, are the symptoms of a revolutionary situation? We shall certainly not be mistaken if we indicate the following three major symptoms. 1. When it is impossible for the ruling class to maintain their rule without any change. When there is a crisis in one form or another among the upper classes, a crisis in the policy of the ruling class, leading to a fissure through which the discontent and indignation of the oppressed classes burst forth. For a revolution to take place, it is usually insufficient for the lower classes not to want to live in the old way. It is also necessary that the upper classes should be unable to live in the old way. That's the big one that I definitely would argue that we do not see any evidence of. 2. When the suffering and want of the oppressed classes have grown more acute than usual. That one I think there's room to argue for. When, as a consequence of the above causes, there is a considerable increase in the activity of the masses, who uncomplainingly allow themselves to be robbed in peacetime, but in turbulent times are drawn both by all the circumstances of the crisis and by the upper classes themselves into independent historical action. I think that from time to time we have seen sparks of this happening, like with the George Floyd uprising, with Occupy, and other movements of our time. But by and large, I think that we're also lacking in number 3. So I would argue that we only have evidence of possibly 2 of the 3 revolutionary situations mentioned by Lenin, in my opinion. For what's that? That's